Flight boss, bitch. You know, for sure. You're not listening to the man of that Terry's moon. I am the royal archangel Uriel, and I'm here to carry out God duties and motherfucking responsibilities. And this is the theme for mutable signs. Learning when to be dualistic or adjustable for yourself. Now, for the most part, dualistic is mean learning when to apply your energy with others so it can be relatable on an even scale based upon the filtering system of your element, right? Because the mutable signs are Gemini, Pisces, Virgo, and Sagittarius. So Sagittarius will be the fire, Gemini will be the air, Pisces will be the water, and Virgo will be the earth. And for this little attribute right here, all of you guys deal with mutable energy. So it has two sides to it, masculine and feminine. So you have to learn how to be dualistic. Anytime we're externalizing something is masculine. Anytime we're internalizing something is feminine. So on the masculine side, you guys have to go about learning how to, learning when it's important to be dualistic, sharing your natures with the outside world, and learning the difference between when it's time to adjust yourself from or for the outside world in order for your self-position, self-gain, or self-gratification in some way, shape, or form. Don't get too selfish. So when we understand these energies from a mutable perspective, each element is going to do it through their filtering system from the masculine and feminine side. So let's start with Gemini, right? Mutable air. So you guys are here to learn to or participate or know when to utilize your dualistic energy when it comes to communicating or sharing ideas with others, or learn when it's best to adjust your energy for yourself when it comes to this communicating and thinking for yourself and observing the room and the area and things and people that you involve with before you come to an idea or decision, before you speak too fast about something. And that's the energies you have to utilize when it comes to understanding how to be dualistic or adjust yourself within a circumstance. Virgo is the earth. So when it comes into Virgo, you're going to have to learn how to be, know when it's more important to be more dualistic when it comes into your way of thinking, being practical, making sense out of things, rationalization, you know what I'm saying, realization, and all these things that deal with grounding things to make sense out of something so it can be practical and we no longer have to work. We no longer have to worry about it and we can work towards it now that we got a routine or a pattern or some form of discipline. So this is the area of life you need to correlate how to be more disciplined in, so it don't sound like when you're trying to help an individual, you're just putting your 2 cents in, and it don't sound negative when you're just trying to be a friend. So learn how to be more dualistic in that area when it comes to gratifying things that deal with reality or responsibilities or routines and patterns and disciplines and circumstances. And on the other end, you have to learn when to adjust yourself in the circumstance in order for self-gratification. Learn how to work on yourself, keep schedules, patterns, and learn how to not worry about having to do that with others in certain circumstances that may overwhelm you. And that'll be the certain energy that you have to utilize. So pick the right friends if you're going to put yourself in that position to help, knowing what kind of energy that you use to help. Now, when it gets into Pisces. Now, Pisces, you're going to have to learn how to be more dualistic or know when to be dualistic when it comes to the emotional state, sharing emotions, feelings, connecting, being able to differentiate between your own emotional stance and the environment or the people you involve yourself with emotional stance, and learning how to blend these things in so it can be more relatable and become a little delusional about what you think is going on, which really is a selfish emotion that you may be in when you're not doing the dualistic energy in the way it's supposed to be, express yourself to the outer world. Then you have to learn when is the proper times to go ahead and do the self-adjusting for self. When you have to self-adjust your emotional stance and do enough shadow work so you can have that alone time, or even if it's not alone time, have that emotional intelligence so when you do start to interact with the world, again, based upon learning your dualistic energies, you're able to take that self-adjusting time to be able to adjust, to learn the separation between how you feel before you get absorbed into the environment or the people, places, and things within the environment, feelings and things of that nature. It become too dualistic to the point that it become absorbed in the environment energies at a negative end to it. So be careful of that too. So sometimes you have to learn when to adjust your own emotional stance. So then when you become dualistic, you're doing it in a more sufficient manner and you're not coming across like you need a straitjacket. And then for Sagittarius, this deals with fire. So for the most part, you guys have to learn how to know when the time to be a little bit more dualistic when it comes to your expression, the way you express your creativity, your fun, or your wisdom, your knowledge, or your experiences, whether it's dealing with your knowledge, wisdom, your creative gifts, your talents, and the ability of how well you're able to relate that and share that with others based upon your character and the way you express that, or what you choose to show based on your feelings coming from the inside out, being your body language or the main focus of the things that you're into. So when you're more dualistic, you're able to be more relatable and create that fair balance of heat where it's not too hot, or it develops competition, or it's not too separate. Too hot, develop competition, Leo, or it's too hot where it have to be separated like an explosion, Aries. It's just enough warmth that you can align your creativity with others, and that's how, or your visions and how you see things with others without it leading into an argument. And therefore, that's when it becomes more dualistic in a sufficient manner. But then it may be times you have to learn when to adjust yourself within a circumstance so you can have more self-gratification. Learn how to separate your visions and how you see things and how you may feel, feel hot, and what you can see, you know what I'm saying, based on, learn how to separate that from the environment due to the fact of not being down and depressed or let down and feeling like you're in a cage because the environment or the people that's involved in the environment is not seeing or feeling the same way that you feel. So for the most part, learn how to adjust your own feelings and separate from what's needed from the environment, so your mutable or your change or your ability to be an asset to the circumstance won't be in a detriment in some way, shape, or form. So keep that in mind also, to the point that you're playing out situations of trying to separate, leave a cage, escapism, instead of taking care of your responsibilities of something that needs to be adjusted. AKA learn how to adjust your own fire, feeling, and your way of seeing things before conducting yourself and presenting it out, and then it could be something that you can express outwardly in some way, shape, or form based on your dualistic energies. And I love all y'all from the bottom of my heart. That's the mutable size thing.